Hey everyone, and welcome to the 13th Chasm devlog. There's a lot of new stuff, including an entire new level. Most games actually have levels, unless they're AAA games, in which case they add a buggy multiplayer and call it a day. But Chasm is an indie game, so it needs to be, well, a game. My idea for the new level was a quarry. It's full of stone enemies, and the player must collect keys to escape through the door built to keep the stones away. So I started by blocking out the rooms on paper. Then I drew the places to put the doors, keys, and enemies. But since last devlog I found out that Godot has no paper-to-game importer, I needed to actually make the level in Godot. So I spent a while working on adding the new level. It was a very fun level, but it was impossible to beat. The problem was, too many stone enemies built up chasing you, and there was only one way to fix that. The original idea of the stone enemies was to keep the player away from certain areas, which is why they were invincible. But I needed them to die then, so I made them have 10 HP, and when they ran out, you guessed it, they die. I made some pebble particles, and I think they look pretty good. Now the level was finally playable. I then spent a long time reworking all the previous levels to work with my new moving platform system that I made in a previous devlog that you should certainly watch. It took forever, but at least the game works now, and I'm 40% of the way to finishing the levels. And then, once again, the enemies broke. Except it was only in level 4, which has never happened before. It's always just been in every level that they've been broken, so it's always been a problem with their code. I spent multiple days trying to fix it to no avail. Nothing worked in the level, and then I realized that I had accidentally offset the tile map and player positions, so the enemies had no clue where their character was. I fixed it, and finally took a break while Flying Zucchini brainstormed cool ideas. I haven't had time to implement them all yet, though. I really need to start making my code actually keep working, because it's now getting exponentially harder to add levels. So I created a common solutions document to store solutions I know to common problems in Chasm levels. I'll probably keep this strategy for any other game I ever make, because it's already helped a lot with simple bugs. I'll also probably create one for simple GD script and just Godot errors that I can use in any game, no matter what game I'm working on. Colonel Turtle came over to playtest, and it came to my attention that I'm incredibly good at Chasm, and even I can't win level 4 consistently. So I added some health potions around the map to make it easier on the player. I also placed one hidden one as a trap. Enter the room and a stone enemy immediately hurls itself upon you. I also made sure to add torches to the level because they can make every level look incredible no matter how bad the level is. They also outline a general path for the player to follow. One of the toughest things about making levels for Chasm is that the levels are linear, but they're also open world. By this I mean that you must go to certain areas to win, but how you get there is your choice. Designing levels like this is not easy, and especially level 3 suffered from being too linear. I really need to actually change my design to just allow more different ways for the player to get around, and possibly even extra rooms and even mazes and stuff, just as extra areas to sort of lose the player in the level and add more immersion to the game. Originally, Chasm was actually designed to be an open world game where you rocked around on the surface, only descending into caves to fight enemies while talking to NPCs on the surface. I scrapped that because it seemed too generic and replaced it with the new Chasm idea that is definitely going to turn out better, but I sometimes wonder if the levels are a bit too linear. My team and I have a lot of work ahead, but that's it for this devlog. If you enjoyed or you just want to support future games, please subscribe and follow me on Twitter for constant updates. Oh, and make sure to stay tuned for a secret special video coming sometime soon.